Hello and welcome to the Steffe B Show. Today I have the honor of sitting with Big Brandon Willis, an up-and-coming musician here in Houston, Texas. Now Brandon, this is the part where you sit back and I give your bio. Brandon has a unique style of R&B music and has brought an entire collection of musicians together for a band. He comes from a band called Milky Wave, and now he's in charge of his own music, doing his own thing right here in the city. He has released 2 albums, 1 EP, and we are so glad to have him with us here today.
Thanks.
Are you excited about tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, so tonight Brandon is getting ready for an awesome show that's going to be off of Harrisburg Boulevard, and he's going to show us some of his music, yes? Is this new, old, kind of a collection of music that you put together tonight?
Well, the show tonight is a plethora of music. I wanted to put together a show that displayed the music off of my recent album that I just put out a few months ago. But I also wanted to show off some of the musicians and friends that really influenced me over the past few years, and I wanted to give them a chance to showcase themselves. I didn't get to let them do that at the last show because it was so tight and it was my first show, the first show that I put on together by myself. So now with that I have a little bit more experience and a little bit more time and a little bit more know-how under my hands. I wanted to give them that platform and really just show all the people who would come and support me, that it's not just me, it's never just any one person, no man is an island, and so
that's beautiful that you give a platform to other artists. Where do you find them?
Different places. Most of them I met in schools, some of them I met in high school, some of them I met in college, some of them I met from mutual friends, just jamming, a few of the others. I met in high school. I went to the high school for the performing and visual arts. So,
well, of course.
Yeah.
Is that how Milky Wave came together?
Somewhat. It started out, Bobby Earth, him and his manager put it together, and his manager suggested that he started, since he had so many resources and so much know-how at his fingertips, the kid's really amazing. He could do a lot on his own. And so I think, if I'm not mistaken, his manager suggested that they try to start that, and they co-founded it together. And then I think I was the first person that he asked to be a part of it. And so I guess the short answer is yes, because me and Bobby's friendship started at HSPVA.
So we've seen so many bands start off as friends. We just watched the New Edition story on BET. We've seen Destiny's Child with the emergence of Beyonce, and these groups end up splitting up. Do you find it's easier to work with friends or more difficult as musicians?
That's a tough question. Oh man, I find it musically easy to mesh with your friends, because usually you and your friends have a lot of common influences, or the things that you like, the common pool is there, so it's a lot easier for you guys to come to an understanding musically. Now, professionally, that's a different story. And I find it a lot harder if you don't already have the understanding with the business understanding or the professional understanding with those friends, the boundaries, if you will, then it's a lot harder in the long run to work with those people.
That's a lot of synergy that you're putting together. I mean, you could be doing anything right now. You could be playing basketball, you could be an ice cream roller, you could have chosen any life path. Why music?
Oh man, that's a good question. Yeah, I didn't think that I was gonna be doing music. I really didn't think that I was gonna be doing music. I think my parents kind of slowly guided my hand and showed me that I was going to do it. I guess it was just always the thing that made the most sense, and the thing that I felt that I was the best at, and the thing that I enjoyed the most. Like most people, you just do what you enjoy doing. Yeah.
And I've seen you. You guys have so much energy on stage. You have a lot of energy when you're on stage. Like, you gotta have something driving you to have that much excitement about this music. Who do you think you write for?
I definitely, that's an interesting question too. I definitely write, I don't know if I write for anyone. I just write about what I feel. You know, I write down exactly what I feel to the T. And I find that the best songs or the easiest times for me to write is when I'm feeling something. Like, I don't write any songs that are just, I don't ever just write and just sit down and say, hey, I'm gonna just write about this. The best times, the easiest times for me to write is when I'm feeling something. It's usually some type of extreme emotion. You know, it's either really high or really low. Rarely is it ever really high anymore because I think I'm growing up. I'm starting to learn what the real world is about. But I mean, there's still some joy there. But it's usually somewhere along the lines of, you know, me finding out that the person, my significant other, has been. The best way to put it, I'm not in a love triangle. I'm in like a love octagon. You know, like it's me, her, him, and her, and him, and her, and him. Right? It's like that kind of thing. Yeah. Or me figuring out that, you know, my girlfriend of a year and a half has been, or you know, slept with a boss.
Ooh, that's crucial. Woo-wee.
Yeah.
I've been in a love triangle, maybe a hexagon, but an octagon?
Yeah. Hexagon. Yeah, you're right.
You gotta count it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No,
and the music comes from those experiences.
It usually it doesn't usually. It always comes. The best of it always comes from those experiences. Mm-hmm. It just comes from living, and I mean, I've lived.
Yes, life will take you some places, won't it?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of places, if you could go to any studio in America, and I think people always ask, you know, what musician do you want to work with? I'm talking about studio. If you could work in any place in America, where would it be?
Right. Well, I'm sure that most people would probably have an answer for this, or like an answer as in like a definitive place or somewhere else. But I really would not go any further than here. I wouldn't go any further than the group of musicians that I work with and the people that I have here, because I literally look at my friends and I see so many possibilities, and I feel like we can do anything that anybody else can do. Plus, you know, I just don't have the want to go anywhere else. I mean, sure, there's some skills that we might not have perfected ourselves, so yeah, maybe we'll go there, but I literally want to just work, or at the moment, for the time being, how I feel. I literally just want to work with the pool of musicians that I'm working with now, because they are incredible, and I learn something from them every day. You know, and I'm grateful for it.
That is so awesome. I think that's a better answer than I could have imagined. Honestly, you guys stay tuned for a little bit of behind the scenes footage with Brandon Willis at his show tonight. This has been the Steffe B Show. Until next time, thank you, Brandon.
Welcome.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Three, 2, 1.
Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Tell you something you might like to hear. As long as everybody has their cell phones off. Silent, please.
Don't give me any chances. I'll only fuck you over. You think I'm so romantic, but I'm not even sober. Listen. 'Cause when Don't tell me that you love me to try and make me stay. You'll end up getting hurt with all the games I play. Stop that crying. Hey, it's not like it's the end. Hey, we can still have fun. We can still be friends. But when you're when you're not